Okay, so in their disadvantage, they say that it'll further destabilize the status quo and it'll exacerbate the violence. If you ask me, 70,000 dead people is already a lot of dead bodies, and that's pretty exacerbated violence, especially considering the fact that a lot of them were killed with poison gas. They say they compare it to a liberation. They say they're comparing it to Afghanistan and Iraq and everything. This is not a liberation, it's punishment for using chemical weapons. And it's punishment to show that the other countries in that region that you listen to international sanctions. It's not saying that we're going to invade or that we're going to do a regime change. No one's talking about putting troops on the ground. We're talking about punishing Assad for his actions because we said we would and we have to do that. It's also saying that it's going to deepen support for the Ba'ath regime. That's not significant to the problem because I don't care what happens in Syria. All I care is that Assad is punished for what happens because the international community is what who we're trying to speak to. It'll say that the strikes will drag us into war and it'll be escalated. Well, there are already a huge number of casualties in there, and we do not need to worry about us getting dragged into war because all we're going to do is launch a couple of missiles just to say, hey, you need to listen to us, this is what we're going to do. It's saying that Assad would remain defiant. Well, obviously, just because of the threat of what we did, he is willing to go to the table with Russia. But I wouldn't listen to what they're going to do with Russia because it's saying that Assad is going to dismantle the bombs. And in their 1NR, they said that Assad no longer poses a significant threat of using chemical weapons again because they're dismantling the bombs. But he already has the technology to build these weapons. He's already got the scientists and the technology to build the weapons that he's doing. So what's saying after he dismantles all of these that he doesn't just go and make more and use it again, ignoring international law? Because obviously there's no repercussion, there's no punishment. He hasn't been struck for this. So that will also show Iran that it can build whatever it wants and not be punished, right? So they're saying that Iran is not a threat because of Israel, but Iran is currently there's a bunch of political strife in Iran. The president, he's right, wants to stop the use of nuclear weapons. He wants to stop the building of nuclear weapons, but Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, he wants his faction in the Iranian government wants nuclear weapons to be built so that they can use them for coercive purposes in the region. And if they do, I'm not just worried about what Israel's reaction to Iranian nuclear weapons will be. I'm also worried about what the Turkish reaction, what the Saudi Arabian reaction will be. That the entire thing could destabilize the entire area of the Middle East. And any destabilization in an already volatile region could lead to a